worst thing about this brand new Cybertruck, it's not even 3 weeks old. I've put over 1,000 miles on it in that short time. 700 of it came from a shakedown from New York to Boston, where I used FSD the entire way. So let's start with that. Let's start with the great things about it. This latest version of FSD is an update that I just received a week ago, and I can definitely feel a slight improvement, or see a slight improvement in this graphic representation here. But as far as the driving is concerned, it did a remarkable job with the previous version, making only 2 corrections. I can't say that they were complete errors. 2 corrections. One was abrupt, missing its turn and then correcting it abruptly. That was fine. It was what we would do if we were driving it manually. And the other was a supercharger that it was trying to get to that was in a shopping mall, and the shopping mall was in an awkward, the entrance to it was awkward, and it literally went past it, drove about half a mile, made a U-turn to come back to approach it in a different way. But I have to say, FSD on this, if this is a harbinger of things to come with regards to autonomous vehicles and the Cybercab, then definitely Tesla's well on its way. I had no interventions for the 700 miles, so FSD, check. Remarkably good. The second good thing I want to say about this is the overall build quality and design. Now, the appearance of the Cybertruck is polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. And a lot of people hate it, but I think they hate Elon Musk more, so that fuels that side of the hate ledger. But as far as the people who like it, everything they like about it, the fact that it is different than anything else on the road, that it does employ technologies that maybe have been tried before, but have definitely been implemented here in this vehicle as well. And those things are the stainless steel construction of the body. Tesla has done a remarkable job in bending this stainless steel, so even though it's a trapezoid shape, it is in a complete rectangular box. And I really do like the shape myself because it doesn't look like anything else. And I would challenge any of you watching this video to name one full-size pickup truck that is a glamour queen, that is just a beautiful design that you looked at and said, that is the most beautiful vehicle I've ever seen. Pickup trucks, by their very nature, not good looking. Not good looking. So this one, my son gave me the best descriptor for this, and that is, it's the anti-pickup truck. So it's not like any pickup truck you've seen before, and it's not in that big, brutish pickup truck, work truck vein, although it is big, and its architectural design is brutish. Now, I'm going to show you how well the FSD works. Navigate to Costco. And this is remarkably good too. If you see the other positive I have to say, this UI is remarkably fast. There is no type of lag going from one thing to another, whether it's your apps, your climate control, everything works quickly. But let me engage the FSD for you. Okay. Now, when I was on my long trip, because it was the maiden voyage of this particular vehicle, and I wasn't sure how well AI4 FSD was going to work, because I have Model Y Performance, I have Hardware 3 with the latest version of FSD on that, and I do have to intervene on that, and I have to be very mindful of my supervision as it drives, because it's processing certain things slower or gets confused by certain things, and I have to make sure that it's not making critical errors. And it hasn't, but I do intervene so it doesn't. Now, this is now set to standard, because in and around this suburban environment, I want it to not restrict itself to the extreme right lane at all times when it's going on to the highways that we have connecting here. And definitely, I'm comfortable now with its ability to process what it's seeing. Now, another great feature of the Cybertruck is why the AI4 on a Cybertruck is different than any other AI4 Tesla, and that's this forward-firing camera. It lets you, I can't be on the highway, but when you press this, you can see the forward-firing camera, and I'll show it to you in an insert. So this is what I wanted to show you about the front-firing camera. So that is the activator button, and when you hit it, now you've got the full camera. And then if you want to wash it, use the washer, that's it right there. And then you can toggle through all of your screens. How well that camera picks up everything in its line of sight. Now on the Model Y, your forward-firing cameras are here in this module, and there are 3 of them in mine. There's 2 in the updated Model Ys. This has that, but it also has one in the bumper, and that's what I think assists in its processing of information as it's the AI in it is using FSD to navigate to your destination. And you don't have to be put in a navigation destination for you to engage FSD. Literally just press the right scroll wheel and it will start. It'll take over control and it will start driving according to the speed limit and the flow of traffic. You can use FSD outside of having a predetermined navigation destination in there. Now, the third thing is the ride. It is remarkably smooth in here. I'm going to set a cup of coffee on that dashboard using FSD, and we're going to see if I spill any of it. I've been wisely advised not to use the coffee to test this theory out. So I am going to use FSD. First I'm going to drive you normally, manually, and then I'm going to switch to FSD, and I'm going to see if this coffee cup, now this surface is slightly slanted this way, and this here, if the slant starts here and then it's a even sharper kind of grade, I guess we call it. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then this is the flattest part. So I'm going to take this coffee cup. It doesn't have anything in it. So I'm going to take this coffee cup. I'm going to put it here. Right? Now, we're going to try a manual drive first, and then, although I did want to try this also. So let's do this. Make sure that my media is good. Tire pressures. Alright, good. Here we go. navigate to Costco. That one Hampton Road. Now, sorry for the fingerprinty screen. Let me just do a quick demo. Display. All right. Uh-oh. I don't know what the heck is why it's doing that. Oh, I'm stepping on the brake. Display. Okay, so don't step on your brake when you're in screen clean mode. Tip. And then just like when you're cleaning your windows at home. Stand outside. And then now, let's do the navigation. Okay. Navigate to Costco. Step on my brake. I'm going to put it into drive. And then I'm going to step, remove it, release myself. And now I'm going from this park to Costco on Super Bowl Sunday. Now, watch the cup, and let's see that cup remains still, just to show you how smooth this ride is. So this is test one. My family strongly advised against using coffee, real coffee, in a coffee cup. So I'm using my empty coffee cup just to show you and myself how stable this is. Oh, no. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, sorry about that. Commentary here. That thing is doing stellar. So much so that I'm gonna fill it. Bro! I'm gonna fill that cup and see how far we can go with it. Different grades. This is riding to Costco. It's one of the suburbs here in Long Island. Ocean. Now, what I like about FSD also, which I want to show you. So now it's my turn. It's my turn to drive. Now, my turn to drive. Okay, we're drying them off. Putting the cup there. And now I'm going to do a combination of manual and FSD. So I'm gonna, every time you see FSD engaged, you're gonna see a little blue flash here. And that's gonna indicate that FSD is being enabled. Now, ready? Here we go. Now I have not put in anything. It's just driving. So I haven't put in a destination. Oh, I'm getting some spillage on this road. That's all right. Its efficiency, this gives you an idea of how you are using it. That was another thing that I'm glad that you were able to see. As long as you are keeping your attention in your field of vision, straight ahead, left to right, even up, the system doesn't have a problem with you. The minute you spend more than 2.5 seconds looking at the screen, it will give you a warning that you're not being attentive enough. So, and that blue flash that you saw is that pay attention. So as you see, it's not requiring me to put my hands on the steering wheel, but it is requiring me to pay attention. So what I was trying to show you was this card right here. So here's your audio. And as you swipe to the left, now this is your energy usage for your current drive since the time that you charged it last, and for the trip, just like a trip computer on a regular ICE car. This is showing 396 watt hours per mile. That's really good. 454, that's high watt hours per mile consumption for an EV. So I expected my range on this to be significantly less, because in comparison, my Model Y, my average watt hour per mile is 283. Now I drive that myself. I employ FSD just rarely. I like the actual Smart Summit on that car, which this one doesn't have. And I think they're still working out the front camera issue and the fact that this is steer-by-wire and it's not mechanical. I mean, these are just assumptions on my part. It could be something else, I don't know. But definitely that's how I use FSD on the Model Y. And this one, so I drive it most of the time. And when I first got it, my foot was a little bit heavy. The response, the throttle response is ridiculous on that car. So 0 to 60 in anywhere between 3.4 and 3.5 seconds. And that is absolutely spot on a legitimate estimate by Tesla. It definitely does that. So when I first got it, I was in the 345 range. And I was doing a lot of jackrabbit starts, a lot of 0 to 40, 0 to 30 to see how fast it could get up to speed. And then after a while, I just began to become chill with it. Still driving spiritedly, but it's under 300. This one, of the 1,000 60 miles that are on here, maybe 1,100 now, 1,145 miles that I have on it. Most of that is FSD, and I would say 1,100 of it is FSD. And it's driving, most of that was in chill, not standard configuration. And still, it's running in the 400. So I'm figuring, oh, I'm gonna have to charge this more. But in fact, that is not the case. This has a longer range than my Model Y Performance. Model Y Performance is 275, 280. And this one is definitely 325 running FSD, doing its own thing, and it does a just magnificent job at it. So what I've been averaging now, if you do the math and you take the amount of dollars that I've spent on the charging of that, I think it's $70 in total. $42 of that is supercharging, and the rest is my home charging or a DC charger that I did at charge point. All that got me 1,145 miles. And if you do the math on that, it works out to be less than 6 cents per mile to run that. And my Model Y, because it's more efficient, it's running in the sub 3 cents per mile, because that I have a DC charger near my home that gives you free DC charging for the first 30 minutes. And that gives me about 20 or 21 kilowatts. That's about a quarter of the pack in the MYP. And that's enough to last me right through midweek. I can charge maybe twice if I had to, but unnecessary. And I'm going to show you right here that since I got this, the MYP, and I've been driving that, has cost me $0. I didn't have to charge it at home, even though I plug it in because it's cold here in my region. But it's cost me $0 to charge. So running two vehicles, EVs, driving them both, this one most. $70 for this, and that was, that long trip that I took, and then $0 on the Model Y Performance. So efficiency, boom, spot on. And for a new vehicle that had a shakedown of 1,100 miles, completely trouble-free. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. So reliability, check that box. So here it is. This is what you've been waiting for in this video. The worst thing about my new Cybertruck is it's better than my Model Y Performance. And that is a painful admission for me, because that Model Y Performance, for the almost 2 years that I've had it, has been a stellar performer. Performance, reliability, efficiency. It's just been the best car that I've owned, and this is my car. This is my car history. So, Porsche, Mercedes, Lexus, Toyota, Honda, and this has been by far, that car has been by far the best